So now I'm going to show you how to decorate the goldfish bowls. These are really, really trendy at the moment to use for tables. So we've got these lovely Xanthodecia, there's Calla lilies. Now they're really great because they're really flexible, so they work really well into the container, but you could also use tulips if you're working in the spring. So they just literally fold round into the container, and we're just going to spiral them through. If they're not curving very well, what we need to do is just run your hand, warm hand, and your thumb along the stem, and it just curves the stem up. It's just encouraging it to curve nicely. We don't want to snap them. If you leave them out of water, it does make them a bit more flexible, and it makes the job a little bit easier. The tulips definitely need to be left out of water before you use them. That can be up to about 4 or 5 hours before you need to use them. But can you see we're just creating a nice curved effect in there. So you can choose how many you use in here. I'm probably going to put another maybe 1 in there. I've got 4 in there at the moment. Just going to encourage this one to bend round. It's the heat of your thumb that helps to just curve the stem. And just to add a little bit more decoration, we're going to use some of the grass. Now you can use bear grass or steel grass. It just adds a finer line, what we call a bit of a faster line, because it's smoother into the container. And just has a little bit more crossing effect on there, so we can really make those lines dynamic by a lot of crossing going on. Or you can keep them very simple and spiral all the flowers in one direction. If there's a stem sticking up here, we're just going to drop it down a little bit. We want that to go down into the water. I want to bring a little bit more of the grass just right up to the top. There we go. So that the flowers look like they're going completely almost from the bottom to the top. So I've just brought that line of grass going right up to the top. And then just to add a little bit to this, we can add a candle into the middle. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the Oasis Fix, which is the Oasis equivalent to Blue Tack, but it's green. So just a small piece of that, just onto the bottom of the candle. Now I recommend that we put the candle in when you're placing these on the table, but that should just help it stay in place in case it gets a little bit raucous in the party. And then that can be filled with a bit of water. And just for a little added dimension, if you place it onto the mirror, you get the reflection of the colours underneath onto the mirror as well. So it enhances the design and makes the design look a little bit bigger. So there we have our lovely wound Calla design for our bridal tables.